ARESxGOD, then we finally have the last episode of 86 in a way, because after this amazing episode, the cliffhanger ending, the action, the emotional heavy weight we had this episode, we're gonna have to wait until March, unfortunately, for the last two episodes to get a conclusion, and it hurts. The waiting is gonna hurt so much. Why is this series so good, and why must we suffer and it suffering with so many issues? I hope the animators are gonna have at least a break, because they deserve it, especially during this period, and how much love they put into this amazing series. So let's get into it and talk about it. Now, the episode starts with them still chasing after the Morpho, and I liked what Raiden said to Frederica, wanting her to ignore everybody but that idiot and go. But slowly you see how the entire unit kind of gets left behind, and Shin being the only one that has to push forward, with them being cornered by the Legion, struggling to get to the Morpho. Anju falls down a cliff. She lies about not being hurt and wants to stay behind to give them time to push forward. And I don't know what she said during that scene, because they cut the sound and she said something before she got ready to fight. I really hope she's gonna survive. All of them, I hope they're gonna survive, because this episode just bunch of them are put into death situations, which I really hope they're gonna be okay. Theo also decides to stay behind to act as a decoy for the others. Kiria, the Morphos, getting more and more cocky and smug, even started with a bombardment. And Frederica being the one that warns them to dodge, sensing the attack beforehand. Urena also decides to stay behind to provide cover fire. And Kirie shoots a big shot and Kurena goes off Raider. I don't know if she survives. I really hope she did, because that small smile she had when Jin told her, "I leave it to you." She felt appreciated finally after so long. We know she has that crush on Shin. I hope she survives. I want more cute, embarrassed Kurena moments, and I want to find out a lot more about Anju also and her back story. Raiden and Frederica also get hit in the unit. Raiden gets wounded protecting Frederica. In this episode, he did very good, more than enough. Even Shin wanting Frederica tells her to get on board on Fido, and Shin orders Fido to keep and hold them to stay behind, especially on Frederica. And if something happens, take her back and don't worry about the others. Don't recover them. Just take her back. So this is looking more and more like a no-return mission. It started even that way, but this episode just ingrained that feeling into everybody that there's not gonna be a way back, and he at least wanted Frederica to survive, telling her, "Survive so you can save your knight." Well, yeah, and Shin remembering Raiden's words, "Don't fight alone," and he kind of chooses to fight alone here. But we're gonna have an epic moment, which we're gonna have to talk about, because during this fight, just the action was insane and all over the place. It felt so good, like an actual David versus Goliath fight, Shin versus Kirie. And even Kirie saying how impressed he was by Shin, his movements, everything. But Shin again losing himself into the battlefield, even saying, "When I'm fighting, I can forget everything." Slowly going back into that mental state every time we've seen him throughout these last few episodes. I really don't want to lose Shin, especially after the way this episode ended. Also, Fido wanting to help, struggling himself to stay back Frederica blaming herself for Fight not being able to go and help his master, and she has to witness their fight with her power. And the action, like I said, was insane. Shin doing his best, kind of manipulating the fight a bit, wanting Kirie to overheat, and Kirie even mentioning he wants Shin to be on his side, could have used his power, especially with how good he is, but knows that Shin would never go for that. And I like Frederica, she played a very important role in this episode. Slowly we see some memories of her when Eugene, and I miss Eugene also, telling her that Shin has this legendary point blank shot, and I liked her nudge and smugness in that scene. Every time she really didn't believe it there, but or not believe it, she wasn't surprised. She even said it because somebody else is also a very capable or prefers close combat fighting. That's because Kirie was also manipulating the fight. It was going back and forth, so to say, between both of them. One had speed and one had overwhelming power. Now, Raiden comes back just in time to save Shin from Kirie. Starts shooting at the Morpho, at Kirie, and I'm happy he's back, but as soon as he's back, Kirie just decides to shoot one of those big rail guns, and I really hope Raiden survived that. We have all of the characters in the main unit in this death situation. We don't really know their status, anything. It's looking like they're dead, and it's kind of that type of series. I hope they survived. They probably survived. I'm holding out. They did, especially after that Rose slowly being shown on the screen after Raiden got shot. It's gonna hurt, especially with the weight, and especially since we don't know if they're still alive. Now, Shin is also in a very bad situation. He only has one round left, damage all over the place, outgunned, overpowered, losing himself also. At the last moment, he keeps hearing in his para raid that voice, and I think it's Lina because we have cluster bombs raining all over Kirie, shooting him, actually saving Shin, giving him a chance to fight back again, and that mysterious unit coming in. I really think it's Lina, or at least I really hope it's Lina. We haven't seen her in quite some time, and the wait is gonna kill me, honestly. Why did this series have to have so many issues, man? Why didn't X arm suffer this and 86 has to go through these issues? Oil, they even set Kirie on fire with the bombs, and I like those light tendrils things that Kirie started using. Kirie also kind of went into that berserker mode, full on madness in the battlefield. He felt like a berserker, but in his inner mind we see a bit of his thoughts, struggles. And Frederica, I'm happy Frederica is here so much. She's one of the best characters in the series. She does so much for the show and shows up on the battlefield. Why do you insist? Why? In his inner monologue also, why do you insist? Frederica and Kirie talking in his mind. He's your comrade, and we find out his motivation, why he is the way he is right now, because this is all I have left in this battle. He lost everything else, especially during that day the nation fell, and he thought that Frederica died. And Frederica showing on the battlefield shows herself. I still don't know how she got out of Fido. Did he let her out, or how did she manage to get out? I still wanna know. Have you forgotten your master's face? And that blew his mind, so to say the least. Kirie, and the words she said, enough. you've done well, my knight. But it didn't really work out because he was still in the battlefield, so to say, his mind in that berserker state. He instantly assumed, thinking that Shin is using Frederica as a hostage. That was further from the truth. I kind of feel like Frederica's holding them hostage in a way, because she's the one that controls the situation every time she's on screen. Of course, in a comedic way. I like her quite a lot. She's an amazing character, and she showed it again in this episode. And the emotions so much when she was trying her best to get Kirie to stop crying and running towards him. Look at me, I'm here, look at me, it's enough. Such a powerful scene, but unfortunately it wasn't enough, and she had to go very drastic, to say the least. With the gun she got from Shin, she points it at her head. Come and save me, kind of giving him an ultimatum. What are you going to do? What are you choosing? That moment, that split second, was enough to distract Kirie, and Shin pounced on that chance he got from Frederica. Why did it have to come this far, so to say, the least? And even Frederica being the one that gives Shin the location in the big unit where to strike, where is your knight, and he gets the location. Shin shoots, but before that we get such a good scene, an emotional scene, again a very powerful scene in this case, also so many in this episode. Kind of Frederica finally saying her goodbye, farewell to Kirie, and him also accepting the fact with leaving her to Shin, kind of passing on the baton to Shin, being the one to protect her, finally saying their farewells in that last moment. But right after that amazing scene, we have self-destruct being activated. Boom. And now Shin is also, is he alive? Is he dead? I feel like this entire episode was just Schrodinger's 86. They're alive and dead at the same time. I really hope they survived. But we're gonna have to wait until March to find a answer, a conclusion to at least the fight, not the entire story. Is Lina actually back? Do you think that was Lina that saved the Shin there? Do you think all of them survived? And the big question after those last two episodes, do you think we're gonna get more? Because I really wish we're gonna get more, because 86 is so good and they've done an amazing job with the adaptation. And this episode, again, great episode, but the wait is gonna kill me, honestly. Now, I really hope you guys are gonna stick with the series when we're gonna get the last two episodes, because it's gonna worth it, seeing how good it has been so far, at least. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought about the episode in the comments down below. And tomorrow we're gonna have a special video, top 10 anime of 2021. Make sure you check it out. Where do you think 86 is gonna land? Is it even on the list? It is, let's be honest, it is. But yeah, as always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot. You guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. So, keep enjoying 86, or keep being strong with the weight. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.